Hello out there. All right, let me see if I can find you guys here. Hey, Tori. There you go. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Tori, how you doing? Long time no see, girl. Lisa, so glad you could make it. I know things have been hectic for you. How you guys doing? Everyone hanging in there in this crazy world of ours? This is more of me presenting, Tori. I'm thinking of doing a stamp with me next week. Oh, you have class tonight? Hi, Sharice. Hey, Kim. How's it going, Miss Kim? Yeah, Tori, the last few classes I've been like presenting, just doing card class, techniques, showing different things, different ways to make cards. But I'm thinking of doing a stamp with me next week, if that's what people would like to do. So we'll see. Good to see you, Sharice. Is your husband home? I am working with the Celebrate Sunflower set tonight, Tori. He's still not home? I'm sorry, honey. Hey, Kim. So glad you could make it. I have to say, I have been playing with this, I've been playing with the entire suite. I started out playing with the Jar of Flowers, but this Celebrate Sunflowers, oh my gosh, it is such a beautiful set. Beautiful. So I thought I'd try some different coloring techniques tonight. Kind of shake it up a little bit more out of my comfort zone. Doing a little bit more detail, but I thought I would show a couple different ways we can color with them. So I'm going to use blends tonight on one card and show you a technique. And then I'm going to use our watercolor pencils, which are beautiful. And I don't use them enough, but there's a lot of coloring in this new book, Opportunities. So that's a good thing to pull out and show you a technique called Black Magic. Hopefully it comes out all right. It's different. I played with it. I did it a couple of times and it came out okay. Something I did a long time ago, but then I saw another demo do it. So I thought I'd try it and give it a whirl. So, hey, Cynthia, welcome. Please make welcome to Cynthia, who has been watching my lives and just joined my team. So I'm so excited to have her. She's excited. I'm excited for her. It's going to be fun. Okay, so I think we're going to get started. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to turn you down. And see if this looks okay. Can you see it okay? Does it look good? Give me a thumbs up. So, this set, and I'm going to bring in my catalog, so now I can show you. And it's on page 12 and 13 of the catalog. So it's part of a suite. And the first part is the Flowers for Every Season with the Jar of Flowers set, which I've showed you a couple of cards that I made with that. And lots of fun, lots of different ways you can approach that set. And then this set is called Celebrate Sunflowers. And oh my gosh, I love big bold stamps. So I'm really having fun with this. And how many of you have this set already? Let me know if you already have this set. I'm curious. This suite was the first one on my list when I saw it out of the new catalog. It's the first thing I picked out. So this is the stamp set, and then these are the dies here, and I'm telling you, this is, you have it, Lisa? Well, I hope by the end of this, you will have some ideas on ways to use it. How beautiful. Now, you see this big bold one? Obviously, it can go over the stamp, but let me just show you how I was playing with it. So here's one cut out in black, and that is using this. So here's one in black. Here is one in copper. Look at how pretty. Here's one in yellow. And this might be So Saffron. I'm trying to remember which one I was playing with. And here's one in white. So just think about all the possibilities with this bundle. Okay? Just wanted to kind of share that because I was playing with them, and then I kept everything because I wasn't sure what I was going to do for tonight. So, you ready to get stamping here? Let me show you our first card. So this one, this first card is in Smoky Slate. Okay? And this one opens up this way. I didn't do the inside, but I'm going to show you how to do the outside. I just love these colors. I like the softer ones and then having the bold one in the middle. So we'll see. We'll make this one, and So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp that big stamp. And it is a good size one. I have it mounted on, I think it's, E-block. It fits on the E-block. So it's a big one. Or you can use your Stamparatus. Now, this one, I'm going to use blends to color it. So I'm going to use my Memento for the flower. You always want to use Memento if you're going to use your blends. Now, I think there's a top and bottom on here. I was checking this out, and if you look at the stamp set on the front cover, they kind of have a bunch of leaves kind of coming bunched up here at the bottom. So I'm looking at that as the bottom. I've been kind of playing with this a little bit. And so I'm doing it just the way they have it on the cover of the stamp set. And so when I mount it, I'm mounting it so the that bunch is on the bottom. And that tells me it's kind of right side up, I guess. And this is just my interpretation. I don't know. You guys may find something a little bit different, but... So stamp that, and it's Memento, so I'm just going to give it a couple of extra seconds for the ink to absorb onto the paper, and this is just Whisper White. And look at that design in that flower. Oh my goodness. I'm going to clean off my stamp. Sorry for the jiggle of the table. I want to get that clean for the next one, okay? Okay, so this one I am going to use, I think I told you I'm going to use blends. So I have Mango Melody Dark and Light here, and Daffodil Delight Dark and Light. Let me get these in order here so I don't mess them up. Okay, so here's my Mango Melody and my Daffodil Delight. And then for the middle, which is more of the brown. Hey, Dawn! We're just getting started. I've just stamped the big flower for the first card. So the center is going to be, I have the bronze, which is, this one comes in a single. I don't know how that's going to work with that now that in the new book you can only get double. So, but I'm assuming this is still available in single. And I have Soft Suede, Dark and Light. And this is going to be for the middle. And I have Crumb Cake, Dark and Light, also for the middle. So I have played with this several different ways. So again, let me show you the card. Dawn, you can look at the card. This is the card. And what I'm noticing when I color this, it doesn't always come out the same. So I'm kind of playing with it a little bit, and I change it up a little bit. But, so this one here, like there's that one. And then I have another one here. And as you can see, they are a little bit different. They don't come out exactly the same every time. But we'll see. So how I have felt comfortable as I've played with this is I'm going to start out with the Mango Melody Dark, because I like my sunflowers to be darker in the middle. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the center or the bottom of the petals, whichever way you want to look at it. And I'm going to do a few of the highlights. And I have to say, what I like about Stampin' Up! Stamps, they do a lot of the work for you, because if you look at these lines, these are like shading lines. And it really helps you to learn like where to shade. And again, this is Mango Melody Dark. Now, when you guys play with this, or if you make this, or you try this, you get this set, you know, you may want to try something different. I've tried a few different things, but I really like that. Okay, so there's the Mango Melody Dark. And then I'm going to do the, this one is, hold on, the Dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do a little, whoops, wrong end. And I'm going to kind of go above the Mango Melody, not necessarily blend it yet, but kind of above where I did the Mango Melody. Do you guys like coloring? How many of you like to color? Do you like stamps like this that are bold that you can kind of color in? And the one thing about our blends is they blend. So if you mix colors like I am a little bit here, you can kind of blend all of that in. And now I'm going to go with the light Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to go towards the tips of the petals. You need to practice more, Kim? Well, that's why this set is going to be a really good good set to practice with. Do you have this set, Kim? Or is it on your wish list? I think Cynthia said this was on her wish list, and I highly recommend it after playing with it this week. But it's funny, I've made several of these now, and they all come out, it's on your wish list, Kim? They all come out a little bit different. And that's okay. I am really loving this. I'm going to tell you, I've had, like I said, coloring, you know, I don't color as much as I love to color. So this was a good set to kind of do that with. Okay, so there's that. So what do you think so far? Kind of has that darker in the center. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bronze and I'm going to do a little bit dark, which is the darkest one of all. I'm going to kind of do that in the middle. And then I'm also going to do that around the very edge of this center. Okay. Then I think I'm going to actually take the light, the light crumb cake, and I'm going to kind of go, is that the light crumb cake? Oh, that's the dark. Okay, hold on. Now I'm going to take the light because I want it to actually blend. Now, I'm going to show you something because I I went dark there and I wanted to go light. Let me show you something. These are called color lifters, and they are available just like the single bronze. But what they are good for is for actually taking the color out. So if you either go in a place that you didn't want to go, you can mark over it and it'll look wet, but it'll dry and it'll take the color out. I'm going to do a little bit of that right here because I really didn't want to go too dark on that center. So I'm going to, look at this, watch this. This is like magic. Now look at this. Do you see where I went? I'm going to bring it up to the camera. Do you see where I had gone dark over here? Because I grabbed the wrong one and I wanted to go light crumb cake because I wanted to keep that circle intact. Can you guys see it okay? It actually lifted it right out right here. So that color lifter is a must if you're going to be using blends, because I use mine a lot. It actually took that dark right out, that little bit I did before I realized I had the wrong color in my hand. So, okay, and then I'm going to take the light again, and I'm just going to kind of soften up around the flower with the light, and I'm going to blend with the dark. And maybe a little bit here. And I think that's all I'm going to do. What do you think? Do you like that? Now, it's a big flower. It doesn't take long to color. Blends are quick because you have your, you have your two ends. You have your short end and your more finer end, and then you have your brush tip. And they work great. But do you like this? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it at that because I'm happy with that. I like the way, well, actually, let me, hold on. I don't want any white showing over here. There we go. I think I'm going to need another one. Okay, there. That makes me happy. So then what you would do is, hold on. What did I do with that? So how do you think it came out? All right. Ooh, hang on. Okay. So then what you would do is you would line this up on your cutting, your Big Shot or whatever you have. And there is a right and a wrong way to do that. You have to find which way it matches. And you would cut it out. In the interest of the video, I'm not going to do that, but I wanted to color it so I could show you how to do the coloring. Okay, so I'll take this one that I have already done. That's already cut out. And we will start to put this one together. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my cardstock and burnish. Get that ready. And then this is what we're going to do to put the big sunflower on. And I'm using Smoky Slate to match the paper, which I think is a really pretty color. And again, because it's a big stamp, I tend to put the stamp on the bottom and the ink on the top. Can you guys see that okay? Okay. And what I'm trying to achieve here, let me get the card out so I can show you, is I want to put a bigger one on the bottom left corner and go off the paper. So I don't want the full. I'm going to go off the paper, and then I'm going to do another one at the top and do even less. So, and then because I want the yellow one to kind of go in the middle. So going off the paper is the plan. So you want to have scrap paper underneath. That's straight. And then we're going to ink it up again. And then on this one, I want even less. I just want the little bit in the corner here. You see? And then the plan is to put this one in the middle, like that. So let me clean my stamp. Again. What do you think of that smoky slate? Isn't that a pretty color? Okay, and that is going to go like right here. But before we do that, I'm even going to emboss for you tonight. Imagine that. Okay. Get my embossing buddy. Cynthia, have you embossed before? Have you ever done this? What we're going to do is, so this is called an embossing buddy. We used to sell it. We don't sell it anymore. But when you're going to put powder on the paper, so this is embossing right here. Okay, so you know what it is. Okay, perfect. So here's the embossing buddy, and that just is so we don't get powder where we don't really want it. And I think this time I'm going to use Thanks a Bunch, and I'm going to use my Versamark. So Versamark is a watermark stamp pad. Okay. I'm going to try to get that as much to the edge as I can and to the bottom. Okay. And my handy dandy embossing tool here. I use filters a lot because they're just quicker. I have the tray, but okay, so this one I just put my fingers on it. So let me see. I want to make sure. Let me grab my little brush. So what I use is just a little paintbrush that I keep on my craft table in case I didn't use the buddy well enough. And then you can just kind of take that off like that so the powder Okay. Then this pours easily back into the tub. All right. And I listen to my little heat tool here. Hold on. Let me make sure it's plugged in here. Hang on. It'll take a second to heat up, but then you're going to be able to see it melt, which I think is really cool. There it goes. There we go. Yeah, what do you think? Thanks a bunch. Now this one I did Let's Celebrate You, so we'll kind of change that up a little bit. I want that to go right over that. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the base. And we're going to glue this down to the card base. Okay. I just think these colors are so pretty. All right, and then this is going to be propped up and go over here, okay? Now I hope you guys all cut your dimensional, your dimensionals down like that, because those edges work really, really well. All right, so this one is going to go probably like that. So we're gonna do that, 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 that. Finished it up. All right. So again, I kind of go, hey Betty. So I kind of go with those bunches being down at the bottom again. I don't know, it seems a little fuller too. So I'm gonna do it like that. Now you'll notice it's hanging off a little bit, and so was this one, but I just cut it. And this one, it isn't hanging off as much, but all you do is take your snips and cut, flip it over, and it'll fit in your envelope. That's how I trim. Now this Thanks a Bunch can go here. It can go a little bit lower. What do you think? Higher? And what I used on this So because the big sunflower is up on dimensionals, this is also going to be higher. So you're going to need to put a dimensional on this end so it stays even. Okay, so I'll grab one and just put it right there. And what do you think of that? There it is. I hope you like it. I like the colors. I think it's nice to have that soft offset it a little bit. Do you like it? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. I love it. Okay, now card number 2. Let me just tell you. This is, have you ever heard of the technique called black magic? Because that's what we're going to do tonight. And let me show you the card. I think you're going to love it. It's different. This is the card. Can you see the wink of Stella in that? Trying to show it on the camera. Can you see the wink of Stella? And if you look closely, there is some wink of Stella flickered on the black. I don't know if that shows up on the camera or not. Oh, good. You can see it? Okay, so this one is we're going to use white craft ink. And that is the only ink that we have that is in the craft. And it's this one right here. It's Whisper White and it's craft. And it's a pigment ink, so it's a thicker ink. And when you buy this, and it's funny because I bought this last year. It came with the ink pad and the refill. And I had it all last year and never used it because I had the old one and I was using the old one, so it sat. But it worked. You have to ink the ink pad with the white, and it's very thick. So I'm going to order another one because I don't know if mine got just thick from sitting there. I don't know. But anyways, it worked fine. But I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so what we're going to do, so you're going to take a 3x3 square. It's, 3.5 squared piece of black. Okay, and we're going to use the white craft ink. Now, craft ink looks really nice on dark colors. Okay, and you can see it's thicker. Can you tell? It's you can almost hear it like. And that looks like pretty good coverage there. Okay. Hold it down for a second because it is pigment ink and I want it to set into the black. Can you see that? It almost looks, it kind of almost looks embossed to me. I'm going to clean this white craft because it's messy. Have any of you used white craft ink before? I'm really giving it a good little clean here. Okay. All right. So, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my watercolor pencils. And we have watercolor pencils, and I don't think they get enough love in the book because they're beautiful. They color, I think, like butter. And they're a great alternative if you don't have the blends or you don't have many blends to use the watercolor pencils. So I thought if you've never used them or you've never seen them, we would try. So what is, let me clean my thing up. Okay. So what is the Black Magic? What we're going to do is I'm going to use the white watercolor pencil, and I'm going to put some color within the petals with the white. So I'm putting white on white, and it's going to give it a base. And then I'm going to take the daffodil yellow, and I'm going to go right over it with the yellow. So I'm doing the white, and then I'm doing Daffodil Delight. I think that's what this is. Yeah, Daffodil Delight. Okay, then I'm going to go back to the white. I'm going to go back to the yellow. You guys see this okay? I hope. Okay, I'm going to do some white over here. And then we're going to do some yellow. I'm going to do some white over here. And some yellow. This is probably the most time-consuming of the card. Although it's not bad, it goes really quick. These pencils work beautifully, I think. Okay, and I'll just put some color over here. Now, let me get here. So now I'm going to come in with the pumpkin pie, because I want a little bit of color here. And then, let me get... Then what you do, okay, let me see if I have enough. Let me put a little bit more yellow over here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my aqua painter, and this has water in it. Do you all know what an aqua painter is? And you don't want this to, you don't want to squeeze it. You don't want to put a lot of water. There's water in it, but you don't want a lot of water. What you want to do is you really just want to kind of stroke the color and blend it with the, it kind of looks almost like a painting, if you will. They all kind of come out different. And you kind of pull the color up to the top. I might add a little bit more yellow over here. And then, once that's all done, we're going to cut it. Now the toughest part is trying to line it up, figure out where it matches. Just keep going around until it matches. Let's see. Hang with me. Almost. That looked close. Can you guys see this okay? Am I in the camera? All right. As I was playing with this, I was starting to think I might need to mark this because there's so many. That one doesn't. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay, it's lined up. So you would just put it on. Now I'm going to stick a piece of tape so it doesn't move, hopefully. And stick that over. I don't know if you guys can, am I in the camera? I hope I am so you can see it. Get rid of this. I wasn't going to do this part on the camera, but I did want you to see it. And then what I do is I leave the dye in it and go over it with my dye brush. We used to sell this. It's by Sizzix. The stores still sell them. I love it. And I still tend to use it, even though I have one on my take my pick tool. And then look. Oh, shoot. I'm supposed to use the other one. Hang on. I actually wanted to do this one. So keeping it whole, not taking it out. Oh. All right. Yeah, this one I actually had marked, but I think I've rubbed it off. I've used it so much. Let me see. Well, this goes this way. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to mark these because it's like a puzzle. Trying to line it up. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Is that it? Oh, that goes there. Oh my goodness. That isn't it. Oh, got it. There we go. All right. All right. So put the tape on it. Oh. It just came off. Hang on. Hit it with my hand. There we go. All right, let's try this again. I guess I should have done this part off camera. Sorry, guys. Are you kidding me? Oh. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, guys. Jesus. Oh, my Lord. All right, I got it. Holy moly. Stay in place. It really doesn't want to stay in place. I think my tape is junk. Hang on. Yeah. Got it. All right, let's try this. There we go. There we go. All right. Whew. That was stressful. When I made this card, I almost wasn't going to do it, but I won't let myself do that. If I did it, I'm like, no, I'm going to do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? Okay. You know what? I'm just going to put it back on here. There we go. I wasn't even going to cut it out. That's why I changed my mind. Okay. Now, the other thing I did, and I don't know if any of you have used gel pens before. And my gel pens, well, they're working all right, I guess. Kind of follow the petals. To kind of outline the leaves. Okay, and then over here, that gel pen, that works okay. Let me see if I have another one. Let me try this one. Oh, that one works better. So by taking your gel pen and just kind of marking the leaves, the petals, whatever you want to call it, it just kind of highlights it a little bit. Now, I cut this out 2 different ways, and then when I did my card, I left it right on the black. So I'm going back to that. So if you want to make this card, that's what I did. Okay. A little bit more. All right. Then you take the black layer, and I played with this, guys. I'm like, okay, what color looks good on that? I mean, of course, black on black, I think, always looks nice. Again, you want to line it up. And, but I mean, that's when I started cutting out all the different colors. I'm like, well, let me cut out the white. Let me see what and the bronze. Oh my gosh, the copper. So pretty. Okay. And then you just got to line that up. Let me go this way. And then that, does it look like a painted effect to you? I mean, that's what I'm kind of thinking it looks like. Almost like a watercolor. What do you think? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I knew this one was going to be a challenging card because I've done it twice and it came out different every time. There we go. And then you just kind of put that down in the middle. And to do that, if you remember what I do, is I take my glue and I take my handy dandy sponge. And that's how you get that level of detail glued. I love my silicone mat. There you go. It looks like a watercolor. What do you think? Can you see it? Does it show up all right? Okay. So now I'm going to take my base. On this one. And this is the new Bumblebee Yellow, and I am loving it. I have used it a lot already. And then I'm using paper from the In Good Taste. I think I showed you guys this. It has all the different wood grains on it. It's called In Good Taste. It comes in 12 by 12. And look at all the different papers that you get with this. And this one actually has a back page. A lot of paper in this pack. So I went with a light color because I'm going to be stamping. Okay, so the base is 4 1/4 by 11 and it's scored at 5 1/2. Standard card base up and down. The basic black is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The DSP layer, which is just a little bit shorter, is 4 by 5 1/4. And then again, I told you the black that we used on this is 3 1/2 squared. So we will adhere these pieces. This goes on the black. Here we go. Let me see that. And before I put this on there, I am going to use, where is my ribbon? Oh, right here. We have Bumblebee ribbon to match. We have ribbon in all of the new In colors. So there were 5 new ones. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to stamp. So I am going to use my Memento black. And on this one, I used Let's Celebrate You. So on this one, let me see. Yeah, I think am I going to use that one or, let me look. Let's Celebrate You or the other one. I think I'll do Thanks a Bunch because it's a different one. Since I did Let's Celebrate You on the last one. Now, to get an idea where this is going to go, this is going to go up here. So we want to get this to go right underneath it. Oh, that came out nice. Okay. Now we'll do the ribbon. And I think what we'll do is I put glue on the back, and then oops, I got my finger on it. Oh, shoot. All right, what did I do with my scissors right here? All right. I got a ink mark on it, darn it. Then we're gonna glue this down. I think I'm gonna do it this way, right there. And then what I did was I actually made a little bow to put on the front. And that I'll do just like this. Okay. And I'll use a glue dot to put that down. There you go. What do you think? There you go. I don't think that. Do you like it? Fix the bow here. There we go. I think it looks like a water painted. You like it, Betty? I mean, you know, I haven't done this technique a lot, and I tried it years and years ago, but that's what you call black magic. You know, you're using your white pencils, and then you're coloring with it, and then you're using the aqua painter just to kind of stroke it up and bring it up and spread it around a little bit. I think it's pretty. You know, it's definitely not something you would want to do a bunch of them all at once. Although you probably could, because you could use the Stamparatus and just do a bunch of them and get that out. But okay, my last one is, oh, wait a minute, we forgot to put it on the card. Oh my goodness, there we go. It goes on the yellow. There we go. There's a lot of layers on this one, but I like it. Layers make the card, in my opinion. And I just love this bumblebee. There we go. There you go. What do you think? Now, last but certainly not least is Wink of Stella. So, for those of you that don't know what Wink of Stella is, it's a whole lot of beautiful. So you just squeeze down in, there's two sides that say squeeze, and you can actually see the sparkle coming down through the tube here. Okay, and then what you do is, it's like a sparkle pen. And that little sparkle, I think, adds so much to this card. And I got this idea from Donna G. She's in Australia. She did that, and I'm like, oh, I've done that before. It's been a long time. There. Now, the other thing I did is you can bring some of this color down into your chamber here, okay? And then what you can do is you can do the tapping effect. Do you see it going on the black? There it goes. See it? Is it showing up on the camera, I hope? It just adds a little pretty. I don't know. I just think it's just a nice touch on black. There. What do you think? Is that showing up? Oh, I think it's so pretty. It adds a lot, doesn't it? Those little pens. Okay. Card number 3, easier. So on this one, and you know me and it's a little bit of a fun fold. You know how I like fun folds. So this is the card that we're going to be making. And how it opens is like this. So it's just your standard card, 1 sheet base, and that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that's in the Early Espresso. And then 4 by 5 1/4 for the vanilla. And then the fold here is 2 3/8 by 11, and you just score it in half. And then you're going to lay that on to the base, and then you're going to do your, and again, I didn't put any embellishments yet on this. You can put a bow, we can put a bow on it, but very simple. And we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to adhere your vanilla down to your cardstock for the base. And I picked vanilla only because I mean, white or vanilla works with this paper because it's both in the paper. And then again, this is the fold, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue that like right in the center on that. This is a very simple fun fold card. And that's going to go right. Try to center it as best you can. What I like about Tombow is you get a little bit of wiggle room with it. Look, let me see if that looks straight. There we go. Okay. Then you're going to layer your DSP, and this is from that bundle. Let me see, I think I have. That's the Ornate, no, this is from the Ornate Garden. It has the sunflowers in it. So that's from a different set. And again, this is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And we're just going to glue that on the top. Center that. Then I took the layering circles with the scallop, and this one measures about almost 2.5, and then I used the 2-inch circle. And I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use Early Espresso, which I think looks really nice with these colors, and it matches the paper, and it says, "To a friend that makes me smile." Close this up before I put my hand in it. And to a friend that makes me smile. And literally that is just going to go on here, but you're only going to glue half so it hangs off. Now, I think on this one, let's see, I'm going to put some of these gilded gems. Which I think are beautiful. And I'll put a big one. Oops. Let's see. Maybe I'll put it in the, there we go. And the other thing that could be done if you wanted to was you could put some ribbon on there. If you wanted to put a ribbon, you could easily throw a ribbon on that. Simple fold, neat card, easy to make. What do you think? Those are my 3 cards. Let me get them in. I hope you like them. Do you like them? Trying to get them all in there. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me bring you guys up. Hey guys. How many of you are going to try that technique? It really is fun. If you love to color, it is a lot of fun. You like it, Lisa? You going to try something? You've got the set. I hope you try it. And if you do, post it in the other group. I would love to see what you guys can make with this. But I'm going to tell you, this set is stunning. It is so pretty, no matter which way you use it. And again, I just started playing with it this week. And I know I'll be playing with it more. There's a lot you can do with this set. So I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned a little something. And Betty, are you still on? Betty won the drawing for sharing my video. Guys, if you will share my video, I would really appreciate it. It gets it out into other people so other people can come and watch and join and learn. And that's what I'm trying to do, is to get out there in front of people. So if you don't mind sharing my video, I would appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you try to make them. And have a good rest of the week. Okay? Have a good night, guys. I hope you try it. Bye.